Hi, welcome to Justin Codes. I'm Justin. Today we'll be learning the basics of comments in Python. Alright, so comments in Python. So where do you want them? So on this branch to the right of comments in Python, we go to here on the top part. So where do you want them? We just want them at the start of the program when defining parameters, defining a class, defining methods, the logic for the methods slash functions, description of the procedure, cross-check the output of a piece of code. All right. So comments in Python, start of the program. Here a programmer defines what the problem stated is and what is the need of the program. 2, when defining parameters. Here a programmer can add components, comments, for each parameter, what it stands for, how it will help the program, and how it will help in the program. Next. 3, defining a class. A program may contain null or one or more classes, so it's essential to define the purpose of the class at the beginning of comment. Sometimes it is advised to add comments in between class to define each line's job in class. For defining methods. Methods are functions that create relations among parameters and logic for manipulating them. It is recommended to define the job of a method in the comments. 5. The logic for the method's function. In general, a method can have a number of logics attached to it. Commenting description of each logic can help understanding existing logic and, if needed, can be modified as per the requirement. Alright, next. 6. Description of the procedure. For each program, a programmer follows a step-by-step procedure. In defining the steps of procedure, architecture of the code and comments could help improve its readability. 7. To cross-check the output of a piece of code. In the number of cases a programmer would need to make changes to the existing programming. If a program has a number of logics and to cross-check whether all are working fine or not, you should have reference output / expected output, commenting on the outputs of that logic just after logic could save a lot of time. So, introduction to comments in Python. Comments in Python are a systematic technique for defining the program's functional flow in the simple, readable text so that it makes it easier for instructing the person who executes the program, and to describe what can be expected from the specific snippet of code. It is very important not to overdo the comments, as it creates high chances of influencing the program's overall size in terms of the number lines in the program and the memory required to save or execute the program. In Python, comments are added after hashtag if it is a single line comment, and triple quotes for more than one line comments. So, types of syntax in Python. In Python, there are 2 types of syntaxes are used for comments. Hashtag, semicolon is used to comment on one line. Triple quotes So put in parentheses, then type in 3 quotes, then put text in it, then surround it by 3 quotes to close all the quotes and close the parentheses. And then you can just hit enter with what's in between the quotes, write on more lines, and it'll all be connected together. Alright. In all programming languages, some syntax has been defined to identify what is what. Program is defined with a number of syntaxes. For e.g., closing a line in C, we use a semicolon to define starting of a class. For loop, we use colon. As can be seen, we have a different syntax which is part of the code and affects it. There should be some syntax that could say compiler to leave comments in part and go to the next step. These comments don't have anything to do with the output, so it's really necessary to distinguish the comments from the actual code to not be confused with the actual program. Creating comments in Python. Programmer must add comments in his program to make it more understandable where to add the comment. So what we went over earlier. It's an individual choice. Here are some common places where adding comments make the program more readable. So 1, the start of the program, 2, when defining parameters, 3, defining a class, 4, defining methods, 5, logic for the method/functions, 6, description about the procedure, 7, to cross-check out a piece of code. Check the output of that piece of code is great, by the way. Alright. Examples of comments in Python. The examples are given below. Comments don't have any effect on output whatsoever, but they make a program more readable. So, like right here, where my mouse is, you can see that's pretty readable. Plus, it'll read better to me. Machine wall. Here are some examples of comments in Python. 1, commenting one line at a time. Here we are performing an addition operation on 2 variables. So adding a plus b variable, so a equals 12, b equals 10, so that's 22. Outputs right here, 22. Sometimes there is a need to comment on multiple lines at a time. Commenting a single line again and again could be a tiring job, so we use triple quotes for this. So, triple quotes right here. Just don't parentheses or anything, because you don't need it. Sometimes you do in other programming languages, but here you don't need it. Maybe in this one, but this line are comments to perform an addition task. So everything inside there, those 3 quotes on the top and bottom, are all inside there. All that text. So the same thing, so the output's 22. This is the triple quotes and the single quotes to make it more readable. Here we've seen some cases of comments of which are used in a program. In the case of machine learning, there are different types of models which are used to predict the output. One need to model parameters and hyperparameters and procedure and use an algorithm. Commenting on different approaches for the model with different parameters can save repeatably time. Can save time. Conclusion, comments in Python. Alright, that's the end of this video.